It's the Guys At Brunch. Guys At Brunch. Guys. It's the Guys At Brunch.
All right, welcome to Guys At Brunch. I'm Sean Bradley.
I'm Nicholas, and joining us today we have a special guest, Jon Jon. He's starring in an upcoming reality show that will be filmed here in D.C. called City Boys.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the show, like the premise of it.
So City Boys is basically about, they have 7 gay guys who got together, and we all are entrepreneurs. We have our own businesses, and we're trying to elevate our companies while getting along with one another.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say getting along with one another, you trying to, like, are you not getting along with the other 6 guys?
Not exactly. I've been called to be like the Nene of the group.
Oh,
you
yeah?
know, the Nene Leaks of the group. Yeah, and I kind of bump heads with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've become the producer's favorite, I think. And I think that the cast realized that, and they really kind of making me feel it.
Right.
So are you bumping heads because you think you're the producer's favorite, or are you bumping heads because they think that you're getting on their nerves?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I guess we have to ask the producer.
So you think you're the producer's favorite too?
Well, I'm the producer's favorite, and I'm the audience favorite, I believe. Yeah.
Like, so
Okay.
but the show is yet to air yet. So how did you gauge that you're the audience favorite? Did y'all do like a test, screen test, or
Well, oftentimes we'll film at like a public location. We'll be in VIP. We'll have people standing around, and once we finish filming, they'll come up and say, "Oh my God, I loved you," or we'll put out little teasers of the show, and so people will comment on that as well.
I will definitely say from the trailer, you do seem like the Nene of the group.
Right. I don't do it on purpose though. You know, I'm
just being you.
I'm being my organic self, and it happens.
You think you were naturally made to be in front of the camera?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, being attractive and being a people's person, and I think the camera likes me.
So, but you were saying like there were like it's 6 or 7 you guys.
It's 6 or 7. I have to go. I mean,
Okay,
so
so-
many people have got fired and rehired and
damn.
fired again. Like, I can't keep up.
So the gist of it is that all you guys are gay, but you don't identify as being gay, correct?
So the premise originally was, I want gay guys. I as in the producer. He wanted gay guys. He wanted the show to be about gay guys. It kind of shifted a little bit, as we all got to know one another more, and then the producer realized, by me keep saying, well, I'm not gay, and I don't identify as being gay. I don't identify as anything, really, because I like women, I like men, I've dated transgender men, I've dated transgender women, so I don't really identify with gay because it boxed me in, meaning I only date men, but that's not the case.
Okay, and so could you say that you're bisexual instead of pansexual in a sense? I mean, because if you're dating a trans man, aren't they really a man in their minds, right? And then if a trans woman, they're really a woman in their mind. So can you just be a more elevated version of a bisexual?
I mean, the textbook terms, they vary and they change every time someone comes up with a new way to describe themselves. I identify close with a pansexual because a pansexual doesn't really look at a person immediately and say, okay, they have a penis, or okay, they have a vagina, so that's what I want to go to. A pansexual just get to know a person and say, hey, I like you. Mm-hmm. I want us to spend more time together, and we're not really focused on the breast, the ass, the dick, the balls, the this, the that. We're, the femininity, the masculinity. We kind of just go for the person. A bisexual person, they more so say, well, I want dick on Monday and I want pussy on Friday, and that's not the case. So bisexuality kind of boxes me in as well, but I do identify as bisexual sometimes because it's simple and people get it.
Okay.
I have to go into explaining the pansexuality, and sometimes I don't have that kind of time. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you at one point in time ever dress up as a woman or anything like that?
I think that when you're young, when you're a guy a gay guy, and you're trying to understand who you are and your walks of life and where you've been, I think you experience and explore a lot of different stuff. I mean, what gay guy can sit here and say they have not reached in their mother's closet and grabbed some heels and put them on and pranced around the apartment? You know?
I haven't done that. I can't.
I think
I
you have.
I haven't.
I think you have.
I promise I haven't.
You give me the impression that you have.
I haven't.
Okay, but even if you haven't, I mean, you may have explored your femininity or explored your gayness in some other way. I mean, who knows? And I think, you know, one thing for me to sit here and say I have never done that, I would be lying.
Okay. Right. I can see where you're coming from. I haven't ever like walked around in my mom's heels or anything, but I do understand what you're saying. Like a lot of people do struggle with their sexuality, and I do know that when children are like before they reach a certain age, like all children do go through gender identity. You know, so that's something that all of us actually go through, but some people get out the stage, I guess, faster.
I mean, I've played with like dolls and stuff because I grew up with my female cousins, but I've never like tried on my grandma's dress.
Female cousins.
Right. No,
don't blame it on them.
No, because I did
dolls.
have like mannerisms of like my wrist was bent and stuff like that as a kid.
And there you have it. See, and I've never done that.
But I know I got that mannerism from playing around girls. All my male cousins were older than me, but I grew up with girls. So when I look back on my past, I'm like, okay, I did do that because that's what all the girls around me were doing. So you tend to mimic what you grew up around and what you're used to. So,
sometimes you can get influenced to do it, like depending on your circle of friends. They might influence you, or because I know a lot of drag queens, and I also know a lot of transgender women who was actually kind of pushed into that role. They don't actually feel like they transgendered. They feel like they, you know, like sometimes they be around a whole bunch of transgender women and they be like, oh, you'll look good as you'll make a pretty woman or something. So they actually go through with it and actually start living their life as a transgender woman.
But is that what they really want, or are they being
no?
But
Like sometimes when you don't have
that?
family to support you, and when you're around a certain group of people and they telling you something and you think they got your best interest at heart, you kind of listen and you look at them as a mother figure, and then you actually kind of do what they want you to do.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna say for one thing, for me, you know, coming out and being a young gay man, I have an identical twin brother. He's straight. So, you know, before I knew anything about being gay, I had, you know, those feelings inside. I was always exposed to the heterosexual side of things because of my brother. When you come out and you meet transgender women, gay men, and they're getting, you know, what you call life, they're getting all this life and they're meeting boys and they're getting all this attention, you want that, you know, because you never received it before. So when you meet this transgender person and she's trying to expose you to a life of being a woman, you're going to accept it because you want that acceptance.
So were you kind of led down the road of...
You said, was I led down the road?
In a sense, kind of.
As far as what?
Like being or dressing up or something like that as a woman at times, or...
Well, when I described to you just now, and I was speaking, you know, dressing in your mom's shoes.
Okay.
You know, so I'm not sure. I wasn't led by anyone but my parents at that point, and I don't think they led me to walk in my parents'
because when you
shoes.
were saying that, you meet somebody, they teach you to do certain things, I'm like, okay, is that speaking from experience or just from what you've seen and witnessed?
Well, it's speaking from experience in addition to what I've seen.
Okay.
You know, I'm from D.C. I'm 32 years old. You know, I've been messing around with guys since I was about 14 years old. Being in D.C., I pretty much seen and heard it all. You know, so yeah, I mean, I would say it's from experience and from, you know, just looking around, just opening my eyes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a quick break right quick. We'll be right back.
Radio on Fire is a digital network covering breaking news, sports, and entertainment. Check out our daily programs, articles, and all types of exclusive urban content right now at radioonfire.com.
Welcome back to Guys at Brunch. Jon Jon is still with us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's talk more about City Boys. So I know you said that you're not really getting along with the whole cast, right? So who's the cast member that you least like?
Well, the cast member that I least like actually got fired, so he's no longer with us. Okay. But I'm not gonna say
Will we see him at all on the show?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're going to edit that or what they're going to do with that.
Can I ask which one it is?
What's his name? Gosh, he's so forgettable.
Or is he in the trailer, like the latest trailer y'all put out?
He's not in the latest trailer.
Okay.
No, he's not. Honestly, the guy's name slipped my mind. Maybe that's why he's not here. He's forgettable.
Okay.
Start with an S.
Right, because from the trailer, it looked like you. I'm guessing you won't get along with Chris the most, and Terrence maybe.
Terrence, I think that Terrence Styles, him and I, we both have strong opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hate to use the word "don't get along with," "don't like," "hate," because that's not the case. You know, we have a difference of opinions, and we're either going to get past it, or we just gonna go at it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I don't take that home with me. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say I don't like or hate anybody. But Terrence Styles, he's very opinionated. I'm very opinionated. Chris, on the other hand, he gets in front of the camera and he like to buff up.
He definitely made you go to a level as, you know.
But is there any like
take the drink and throw it in his face?
I threw a drink in his face.
Why y'all
Yes, I
throwing
did.
drinks?
And you know, because he mentioned my children.
Okay.
You know, and that kind of set me off and it pissed me off. And you guys can't see it because it was kind of edited, but you know, before that part, you know, I was like, hey, you know, you got it, cool. And I think I was backing down a little too much, and that gave him the balls to kind of jump out there. So I had to bring him back.
Oh, so he said something about so basically y'all get kind of physical on the show.
We do.
Okay, so we really need to tune in for this. Okay, but he said something about your children. So you have children.
I have two children. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, Carson and Mason.
Okay, and then your biological children.
Biological children.
Okay.
That's correct.
Now how does your living arrangements work with you and your children? Like, is there a mother in the picture?
There is a mother in the picture. My children's mother, in addition to my children, live with me in my home.
Now, and you're in the the mother. Is she your girlfriend or y'all are friends? I mean, what's the? Because I don't know if you're dating a man right now, a woman right now. What's going on?
Right. She's bisexual. We're not together. She's the mother of my children, and she does a wonderful job with our kids, and that's the extent of our relationship. We are friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we do have feelings for one another. I mean, we're raising kids together. It's been about 6 years that we've known each other so far, but yeah.
Now, do y'all have sex every now and again? Forgive me for getting too much in your business because you know your child is 1 year old.
Of course we have sex every now and then. I mean, it's living pussy. Why wouldn't we?
Okay, all right. That's
course.
what I like to hear.
Do city boys like show you like your kids and your you know?
I believe if I try not to involve my children too much in the television stuff that I'm doing, but we do capture a few, maybe 1 or 2 moments, a couple moments of me and my children. My children's mother, I believe they interviewed her, and she was a part of a little bit of it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So the clips that you've seen of the show so far, do you think it catch up you in like your authentic self? Because I know a lot of reality celebrities always say, oh, you know, like they edited to make me look like a bad person, but that's really not my personality. Do you think from what you saw so far that it shows you?
I do think from what I've seen so far, it does depict me properly. And I say that because I do have a very tough side. But I do feel like what has been shown, it just delivers all the bad sides of me. You know, there were things that we talked about that were very emotional, you know, very passionate, you know, when I'm discussing my children. But I mean, that's how show business works. I mean, you gotta get the buzz out there. You have to get the people pulled in, and that's what's going on. But I mean, I think so far they've done a pretty good job. I mean, I don't take back anything that I've done or said so far. I haven't seen everything.
Okay, so speaking of reality TV, you've just recently been signed to a major network for another reality show. Now, this is actually a major network here.
That's correct.
We can't say the name because of certain contractual obligations and things of that nature.
Correct.
So, what will you be doing on this particular show?
I did get signed to a major network. So let's see, what will I be doing without giving away too much?
It involves your girlfriend, right?
It does involve a woman that I'm dating.
Okay.
That's correct. It involves a woman I'm
So,
dating.
not the mother of your children, but somebody
Not the
else.
mother of my children.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
It involves a woman that I'm dating. They follow us around a bit. It gets a little erotic. I'll say that. It's a different side of me.
So, when you say erotic, are we talking like nudity? Or are we just talking about like a little ass shot here and there?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. But what are you willing to do?
Will I go full nude?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we're talking a major network here.
But I mean, but it depends on what you want to do. Though. I mean, it depends on if I want you to see or not.
Right. I mean, I'm extremely comfortable with my body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to watch and see.
Okay, so the kids gonna be looking for prints.
Well, it won't be necessarily a print. It might be more full.
I was just trying to be, a little bit more mild.
Okay.
But I ain't want to go all the way there.
Okay. It shows a different side of me. I'll say that. It's not trashy. Okay. It's nothing trashy. It's, and I use the word erotic. Some people might use it as art. Some people might say that's nothing, but I can come back and we'll do another interview once it airs.
Okay. All right. Now and one more thing. I don't want to know the amount, but is the check worth it?
Well, I come from a pretty well-off family. I think the opportunity is more worth it than the financial compensation. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it pays good.
So is that your goal for getting into reality television?
Which is what?
To be well off, or what is it? To get away from
what's the
working a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Like, what's your...
That's a good question. A lot of people ask me that. I don't really know exactly what it is. I know that my main objective is to get the hell up out of 9 to 5. I can't do it. Sitting behind a desk and typing and being someone's assistant or just, working in an office space. It's very secure, but it's not something that I really want to affiliate myself with for the rest of my life.
But so you want to get out of that 9 to 5 frame of working and everything like that. But reality TV stars, for the most part, have short-lived careers. So
they have short-lived careers.
What do you want
to
see yourself? What do you see yourself going?
Well, I mean, I think it's up to the star. I mean, there's a lot of reality TV stars who have done other things. It may not have been on television, but like I said, my objective is to get out of the 9 to 5. I can be on TV for a short period of time, but have 10, 15 businesses that I'm running with that I've used that money or used that publicity, to gain. And I don't mind sitting behind the scene and not being on camera all the time.
I like a brother with a plan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. Mm-hmm. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Guys At Brunch. We have here with us Jon Jon, so thank you for still being with us.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we learned about Jon Jon and the shows that he's working on and what's going on in his life and everything like that, but let's get on some serious stuff right now. What's going on in Ferguson.
Some serious
stuff.
Where's that accent coming from?
I'm from Louisiana, baby.
Okay.
Okay, so what's going on in Ferguson now? That indictment did not come down. I knew it wasn't going to come down. I don't know why y'all thought it was going to come down. But, Nicholas, Jon Jon, how y'all feel about the matter?
Well, I think they kind of prepared us. So I already knew what the verdict was going to be. They prepared us. They was like, we have the safety measures in place and things like that. So they kind of been preparing us last week. So it was I already knew what the verdict was going to be.
Just based on last week?
Yeah, just how they was preparing us, actually talking about we need safety measures for this verdict when they come in. So I believe that they already had it.
Okay. How you feel, Jon
Jon? So I posted something on Facebook, on my Facebook page earlier. If anybody have an opportunity, they can go and check it and look up what it was all about. My Facebook is Jon Jon Anthony. But, my biggest thing is I think that we as African Americans, we need to stop trying to use any excuse to, number one, get at the white man, and then also, number two, just to be complete monkeys. I think that, because my biggest take on it is, I live in Washington, D.C. My biggest take on it, they have trans women, trans men, gay people, babies getting shot up, stabbed up, killed every day, all day long. But because this white police officer shot this black guy, they made such a spectacle of it and decided to riot and loot and just act like caged animals. And I don't really agree with that part. Do I feel like the police officer was excessive? Yes, I do. Do I feel like the police officer could have used better judgment? Yes, I do. Do I feel like Mike Brown could have used better judgment? Yes, I do. I think that they both, death is not the answer, and I feel like they both did play a part in what happened, and Michael Brown just got the short end of the stick. But if you research, everything that went on, Michael Brown, he was supposedly in a gang. He had just robbed a convenience store like minutes before. He jacked up the man, and they got these pictures where he throwing the man around. So, I mean, I'm saying that to say, not to say that the police officer is justified, but he wasn't an angel. And I think that a lot of people are glorifying, Mike Brown as if he was an angel, wasn't doing anything wrong. He was cursing the police officer. He was like damn near 7 foot tall. This police officer was a small guy. He wanted to go home to his family at the end of the day, too.
But he wasn't. He was 6'2".
Who?
The police officer 6'2". Mike Brown was 6'6".
No. The police officer wasn't 6'2".
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
6'2", yeah.
How old is Mike Brown?
He was 18.
Okay.
He was 18 years old.
I understand that, like, he's not an angel, but also the police officer is an adult, and he's the one with training, so he's supposed to be able to know how to handle situations when someone attack him when they're unarmed. And, I mean, if he
But
was...
it was two guys on the one cop, right?
Well, the
Apparently
cop had a
it's-
partner. That cop was on the passenger side, so I feel like if it's two guys on one cop, why didn't your partner get out and come around?
Wait a minute. He
But
had a partner.
Yeah, he was
So-
on the passenger side. The
for real?
officer that shot Mike
So
Brown.
wait a minute. So apparently,
Yeah, I do
so
remember something about.
Yeah.
wait a minute. This whole change the whole dynamic now. So I thought the man riding around by himself.
No.
So if he got a partner, you mean tell me Mike Brown in that car beating on Officer Wilson's ass, and his partner ain't doing nothing?
Well, I mean,
That don't make no sense now. That don't really make no sense.
Well, there was two cops, two people. So the other cop could have been trying to apprehend the other guy, and Mike Brown's accuser could have been, trying to get at him. I don't know how they did it. I wasn't there,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. None of us was there,
Right,
you know, and we don't know within a split second what went down. We have people here in Baltimore and D.C. and Virginia. We're going to ride. We're going to do this. We should do this. Get your own home in order first. Get your own house clean first. And then worry about what's going on 10,000 miles away. We got a lot of shit here in the DMV that we need to focus on. And you're worried about Mike Brown. Y'all running around pouring ice over your head with some LAS or whatever thing and worry about other shit. How many of those people that went out there and rioted and looted and blasting all this shit on Facebook, how many of y'all went out and voted? None of y'all probably, not even half.
Speaking of voting, in Ferguson, the black folks, African Americans, whatever you want to call them, got 67% of the majority. So that means every time they turn up to the polls, if they turn up and show out and turn out, they gonna win.
Absolutely.
So now going forward, Ferguson, this is what I challenge all black neighborhoods that got the majority, black communities. Take back your community. You talk about these white folks, coming in here killing your children, whatever. But if you take back your community, take charge and go out there and actually vote and vote these people out of office. That DA that y'all don't like, that y'all actually recuse himself, that he did not do. Y'all have voted this man back in time and time again. Now, if you go out to the polls next election cycle and you vote this man back in again, damn it, you deserve what you get. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Y'all need to get out there and vote and stop crying like you say. White folks are not telling you can't go to school no more. That time is past. But there is a trust issue in the black community when it comes to law enforcement, and I think that is the bigger issue, and that's why people are out there rioting, but protesting, I should say, because rioters are just the fools. But the people that are out there protesting, there is a trust issue to where if my son walks down the street with his pants down, with his pants sagging, he may not be a thug, he may not be, he may be a straight A student, but he just like to wear certain type of clothes, certain type of way. And now he's harassed for looking like a thug in a sense. I mean, I think that's more of the deeper issues that we get harsher punishments. We get harsher sentences. There was a boy sentenced to 23 years in prison for killing a damn retired police dog.
Right. I think that
it's crazy.
What play a part is also raising your children to,
be respectful.
Yeah, be respectful of officers and let them know you're African American. They might treat you unfair. You have to raise your kids and let them know what's going on.
I think most responsible parents do teach their children that, though. Most responsible parents.
I agree. I was going to say, as a parent, you can only do but so much. Once your kids leave the nest, I mean, you can't say that a parent didn't raise their kids a certain way because the child is out there acting a complete ass.
Not in all cases, but I think in a lot of cases that is the part of it.
But you had the kids that saying F the police, and where do they get that from? The parents are not telling them that, but it's from what they see. It's like they out there in the street on the corner, their little friend that's selling drugs, breaking the law, he shouldn't be doing. The police go him up. All of a sudden it's F the police. I wrote up on my son cussing out a police officer before, and I had to snatch him up. Like, what are you doing?
You have a son?
Yeah, I have a son.
Biological?
No, I'm a foster parent.
Oh, nice.
So I've had to snatch him up. And like, what are you doing? You don't, because
don't do
they
that,
gonna arrest
right.
your dumb tail, and
Right.
then what?
Raise him that way.
Right.
Well, yeah, but like you got him later on in life.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
again,
saying, like,
but that's just the
a
whole
lot of it
mentality.
play a
But where he
part, like,
came
early
from, but even where he came,
development,
he grew up in a suburban area. He was like it's like the suburban wannabe thugs. It's like you grew up in the suburbs,
Right.
in a suburb, not in no inner city where you so called hard. You one of these little suburb gangsters. What that is.
And I mean, we as Black African American men, whatever you want to call it, I'm not gonna go on the whole raving. I'm not African American. I'm American.
She black,
but right. But
I get
we have a responsibility as well, and a responsibility that we have is to make sure we get the fuck home at night. And we know how the world is. We know how the police are. Why would you agitate a police officer?
Exactly.
Why would you?
That's the
way
point I
that
was making. Yeah, don't
Right.
agitate the
Don't
crowd.
agitate.
And on the police side of things, they want to make it home too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to make it home.
Absolutely.
I want to make it home. So let's.
It's gonna be a yes, sir. You have if I gotta tip
Right.
my hat off.
And then when you walk down
yeah.
the road a block away, maybe mama F you under your breath if you feel like
Absolutely.
doing that, but you shouldn't really have to do that. Just go
Right.
about, like I said, go about your business.
Right. I mean, you get more bees with honey. Like take all that. Just being just like I tell people in traffic. People ride with me, blow the horn, cuss for what? It's not going to change the lane I'm in. It's not going to get me there faster. It's just going to cause conflict.
Oh, I have road rage. I don't blow the horn though.
I'll cuss and
I
fuss.
cuss in my car. Yeah,
I'll
but
curse and fuss. I mean, we're
cussing.
human. We're human.
Right.
We're going to get mad. But, certain things, it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I started studying Buddhism a little while ago, and everything that we do is a choice.
That's that numb your whole ring yo, right?
Nam
All right,
Myoho
Tina.
Renge Kyo,
All right,
yes.
babe.
I agree with that, but I think when I'm in traffic and someone cut me off, I don't get upset because if you're upset, that probably ruins the rest of your day, or like for the
Absolutely.
next 15 minutes, you're going to be upset. And guess what? They fine.
Absolutely.
But
So, yeah,
speaking of
you know,
upset though,
and with Buddhism, like it's not about what someone does to you; it's like how you react to it.
All right.
So it's never about the other person; it's always about you.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So
'Cause the
how you
karma's gonna
react
come
to it.
back on you.
Right.
okay.
Absolutely.
All right, but like speaking of upset, now, were you upset when your man Harvey Levin, basically called Marion Barry the crackhead mayor, then passed on, the gone on the glory? How did you feel about the headline?
I really didn't get upset with the headline because I know I don't go to TMZ website.
I don't go there
to
either,
Media
but-
You
Takeout.
couldn't miss it though.
No, I know. I saw people reposting it on Facebook, but I'm saying I
That's how I
don't
saw
go to
it.
I don't go to TMZ, Media Takeout, and a whole bunch of other gossip websites because I don't want that negativity in my life. So I already know what they're about. I used to visit those sites, so for me now, so I don't get so angry and upset over the ignorant stuff they post and how they take a lot of people down, like Ray Rice and Lamar Odom, how they like just jumped on them. I just don't visit their
Well,
sites
I don't have a
anymore.
problem with them reporting the facts,
Right.
and the man did pass away, and yes,
Right,
he
but
did
I'm
get
saying
caught.
when they report the facts, sometimes it's not facts. Even TMZ, they don't have facts all the time,
but
so
what
they
I'm
have to
saying
retract
about-
their story. And with the other websites, so for me, I just don't go on it because I don't want to see the way they're reporting the
Well,
story.
what I'm saying about the facts is, if it's factual, report the facts, fine, but just don't go out your way to just with the headlines. Like it
That's
ain't
what
that
draw
serious.
people in though, like with the headlines, because like
It will, but
yeah.
I just think that the demise of somebody should be respected a lot better. I'm from DC, and I mean, yes, he did have a addiction problem.
Everybody's human.
Many people do. Many people do. And for them to just report that way, I think it was very disrespectful because he's done a lot of things for Washington D.C. I'm not into politics real heavy because
It's passionate.
It gets crazy. But I think that he should apologize, and I think he should remove it. And I think that they should respect the demise of this man. I didn't see them reporting crackhead Whitney died today or something like that, or what was the other
and then
girl?
she died because of that.
Yeah, she did.
Dang.
So,
So that would be more
allegedly,
right. Yeah, but that
Allegedly
would be
she
more
died.
in line with Whitney died from crack. I could see that headline and be okay with it
Right.
because that's supposedly what had happened.
Right.
But this man
And the mayor
just
stopped. He wasn't getting high allegedly. For the past few years. So to say that,
Well,
I mean,
I watched his documentary, and even though he got reelected, they
he's on
tested
the
him.
past few years.
No,
No,
the
but
past
I'm
few
saying
years.
the
Not during re-election.
documentary was in the past few years, and he tested positive for drugs.
But again,
he
okay,
hasn't
but
been a mayor in years.
And
no,
he's
not the man,
retired.
but he was still in office.
But I mean, again,
and he got elected in like some district as
Yeah, he
office.
was
I
like-
watched like the documentary.
But half
like,
the people in Hollywood are on drugs. I mean,
but
probably
I'm just
75%
I'm
of
just
them.
saying like what
I know.
he was saying like he
I
had
got
been
you.
clean. I'm just saying like I watched the documentary before he passed, and his
Well,
grandson
not
was
that
in
he
the
may have been
documentary.
clean, but maybe
He wasn't clean.
Maybe
There's no way
not-
around it.
not that
He's
he-
dead.
Right,
I'm someone who, like, when
You're
people
clean
say
or
don't,
you're not.
when someone be like, for me, when
Bless
they
the
say
dead.
don't disrespect the dead, it's like, if I would disrespect you if you were here, I can disrespect you while you dead.
What I'm
we all
saying
gotta
is-
die.
I'm not saying
I
that-
mean, it's for me. I don't respect a dead person
But
more
his
than I'm gonna
legacy
respect
wa-
another person.
His legacy was more than just cocaine.
and maybe he cleaned up his image.
I agree.
He cleaned up
but
his
that's
image.
what I'm saying. When
And
we
he
go on,
did- he
when
did
we
clean
go on
up the
TMZ and media
Yeah.
takeout, are we expecting a headline?
Baby, you better stand up for your
he
man."
Passed away. Let's be kind to him. No, we're
Maybe
gonna
not so much.
We want that. That's what they want. They want that shock value. They want you to talk about their
But
website
that's-
so other
I
people
mean,
can go there
everything is not
and look
worth-
at the foolishness that people go to those
Everything is
websites
not
to
worth
look
the
at.
shock
Some things
value.
are in poor taste, though. I mean, even
TMZ and media takeout, they are in poor taste whatever they report
they
to
are
me.
media takeout, definitely. TMZ, they used to have a little more tact, I thought.
But not now. You
You're
know,
right.
like that's
I mean,
what I'm
you're
saying.
right.
Like
You're
I
right.
just can't. I don't visit those sites because they are.
But you're a
disgusting to me.
journalist. You have to know this stuff so that you can communicate this.
Right, but I look up the stuff that I want to look up, you know.
But
and
I'm saying-
I'll find other sources to look at it up. And anytime I want to do any information on a story, I
Right.
go to that local news because I know the local news is going to report it more accurately than TMZ.
But
and
that's
any
not
other
always
gossip
true now.
website.
Wait a minute. Because there's a lot of media out there that gets shit wrong all the time.
Oh yeah, all
and,
media
and,
will
and
get it
report
wrong.
stuff that I go to TMZ before I go to CBS and NBC because they gonna tell it raw, but they gonna tell it right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of
But
those
all the
places.
facts that TMZ would normally have, the news stations will have too. And they'll
Right,
probably
right,
more than
right.
likely a credible source like CBS won't be retracting their story like TMZ and another gossip website because they actually do the investigation and they're not trying to draw you in as far as like
case
this
by
crazy
case.
headline.
I think it's
Okay.
case
Yeah.
by case.
Well, I think that's all the time we have here. Let us know what y'all think about the Ferguson and TMZ with their salacious
I
headlines.
want to know what did Jon Jon think about the Bill Cosby scandal.
Oh, child.
I mean, we over, but
You know what? No, you know what I think about the Bill Cosby thing really quick? I think that, yes, he was drugging them and having his way with them, but they were willing.
The casting couch.
Nobody forced them women to do that. Absolutely
Right.
not. They
And Janice
going back
Dickinson
and-
just basically put a hole in their ship.
Janice
When
Dickinson?
she came
Oh,
forward, it was like,
she
oh,
did.
yeah, nobody believe y'all.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't believe it. I think it was a bunch of bullshit. It may have been one or two. Maybe they didn't know what drug they were taking and didn't realize it would do so much, but they were fully aware. I mean, that's Bill Cosby. Come on now.
I do want to say this, though.
Yeah.
When you said this, it's Bill Cosby, come on there, it sound like you putting him up on a pedestal. in a sense.
Well, I am in a sense.
Why?
And the
He
reason.
human.
No, but listen, Bill Cosby was the all-American
But
person.
see,
He
that's
was
when you fall into that
famous.
trap, though. You
He
fall
was
into that
fa-
trap.
Well, I personally don't fall into that trap.
Well, yeah,
but
because you ain't a white woman.
People
so you
do.
never-
I could be. but people do fall into that trap when it comes to celebrities, and he was paying one of their tuition or paying their bills and all kind of
That's
stuff.
what I feel like.
I
It was
feel
like,
like-
why was it constantly happening? And
I will say
and
this.
for Janice Dickinson to go to his hotel room and drink with him willingly and take a pill that he's giving you willingly.
Right.
Then,
I'd say this right here.
Right.
I think people like Brian McKnight and some everybody else, the statements that they've made does not help the cause. I mean, there are women that have really legitimately been victimized over the years. They have never come forward and probably will never come forward. And when statements such as, if it takes you 30 years to come forward, why come forward at all? That means that they will continue to be victimized and will never decide to come forward and help somebody else out in the future. It takes one woman to come forward and say, hey, this happened to me. One gay kid to say, hey, this happened to me. And maybe another child can stand up and another woman can stand up and stop the cycle of Bill Cosby or any other so-called alleged predator out there. So I think when they make those statements about, if it's taking you 30 years, don't come forward at all, that is a stupid statement.
Yeah, that's
I wouldn't-
stupid, but I understand it. Because it's like, I mean, come on now, you're an adult. You're 60 years old now, and you're coming forward now. I mean, when you were 30 or 40 or 50, you were mature enough.
But
to
some
say
of those
something.
women have been telling their story all along. They just never got traction. So that's how
and
the guy
he
knew about
settled
it.
with some
Yeah, he
women. I'm
settled
not
with
saying
some
it's true
women.
or false,
He settled.
and I'm not saying that if it happened 30 years ago, you shouldn't come forward now. I'm just saying right now, I mean, you just never know in cases like this.
Right.
It's impossible to know the truth, but because I always
Yeah,
bring
man.
up like the Michael Jackson thing when the kid came out and said, "Oh, after Michael Jackson passed, he was like, my father put me up to it." And then I think about that the lady who went stripping at the college
Oh,
dorm
the
for those
girl
guys
with the
and they raped her.
oh the lacrosse team.
They
yeah.
found out that she was lying.
She gooped them kids. She gooped the kids, but
Yeah, this is true.
she did goop the kids.
It's,
Case by case.
Yeah,
she did goop the kids. Now she did. So so it's Thanksgiving coming up. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Where you gonna be, Nicholas?
with my family.
Where you gonna be, Jon Jon?
I'll be here in DC with my family.
Y'all cooking?
No.
Yeah, I am actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna cook a little
Where
bit.
you gonna be?
I'm gonna be home with my family. I'm cooking and stuff. I'm cooking now.
You going to Louisiana?
No, I'm staying here.
Oh, okay.
Baltimore's home now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So.
gotcha. How long you been here?
7 years.
Okay, yeah, it's home now.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you for coming by.
Yeah,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
We'll
for
post
sharing.
your link up on our page. Put the
Perfect.
trailer down so they can check you out.
Perfect.
And
Sounds
you can
fantastic.
tell them where they can follow you.
You can follow me on Twitter at what is my Twitter? Jon Jon Blue Lotus, or on Facebook, Jon Jon Anthony.
All right.
All right.
So I'm Sean Bradley.
I'm Nicholas.
All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.